Mr. Jacklich, what's going on there, young man? How are you today?
Well, we're just having a beautiful day here at the Weston Lawn Tennis Club here in Pontiac, Michigan.
Ah,
Playing some grass court ball today.
very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
That sounded like Mr. Who was the guy in KQED? The guy on Mr. with all the kids, Mr. someone's.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes. We're just having a wonderful day here at the.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Excellent. KQED. You'd only know KQED if you live in the
Yeah.
Bay Area.
Bay Area, yeah.
Channel 9, public TV. Anyway, so, well, look, guys, thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm actually not sure what we're to talk about. You want to talk about anything real quick while I kind of pick out a topic for us? I got a couple things here.
Well, Well, yesterday we talked about Ash Barty. I think a big kudos, shout out to Dominic Thiem and his ability to navigate the waters of off the court a few times, and then a little bit of, I don't want to say shenanigans, but a little drama from Mr. Djokovic.
Yep.
And then, but he just kept fighting. He had a little moment there, the first initial few match points where, you could tell he misses two sliced backhands in a row to give up the 15-40, 2 break point lead for a match.
Right.
And then he collected himself and then ends up winning by hitting out and breaking,
Yeah, he's that
Novak
spectacular forehand at match point.
Yeah, it was spectacular. So,
Well, listen,
I think
yesterday the
there,
theme was. Well, I mean, just yesterday's theme was Ash Barty, no drama, and I get the same sense with Dominic Thiem is that
yeah,
these guys, it's so easy to find reasons to bring drama to it. I mean, that to me is the easy way to do it, rather than not. And so, I just think for the rest of us, the same stuff applies. It's easy to get down on ourselves. So easy to find reasons to get, oh my God, well, even if they're not negative things, they could be little stories, little excuses. Oh, well, I haven't had enough time to practice because, fill in the blank. Well, my right knee is a little problematic, so I can't really, fill in the blank.
Yeah, it's feeling like my left knee. Right? I mean, when you're standing on the sidewalk, it's only a 6-inch difference between being on the sidewalk and being in the bottom of the gutter. I mean, that's it. It's not that far to get there, right? So, I mean, in the tennis match, how easy is it to take the temptation of starting to piss and moan in your head and then verbally out loud, let the whole thing just get away from you just for the most minimal of things. Either you don't like the way the guy calls the score, you don't like the way she looked at you, you don't like the fact that she cut you off on the way across the net. I mean, it's all anything. If you're that tightly wound, you might look a little deeper. That really something like that is going to set you off. That that quickly, and that's for our.
But I don't think it's that uncommon. I really don't. I think
it's not uncommon at all.
I think 95% of the players, even on the tour, maybe, I don't know, that number could be kind of off. But whatever, I think it's a big majority of tour players and the rest of us senior players don't really have our act together between points. We talked about this at length yesterday.
Right.
But I just don't think we do. And I think the best players, I mean, I look at the really tough guys who've been around a long time in my age group and maybe an age group older or maybe age group younger. They're all pretty darn stoic between points. I mean,
right.
What is your name? Brian Seneca over there? I mean,
right.
So
exactly.
Anyway, well, look, here's what I want to talk about today. I got a topic for you, Jeff. And I think one of the things that we could think about in practice is practice for me now is what can I do to either build good habits or to maintain good habits that I've already built. So, for example, if I'm going out there,
say that again. Say that again, Brenny, because the video, I think we got a little disconnect there.
Okay.
And we got a little chopped up there.
Okay, so I think practice should be used to either build new habits and or maintain good habits that you've already built.
Right.
And I think it's really easy to get into not even being aware that you're actually starting to build some bad habits. One of them might be that you're drilling in such a way, you're not playing points, you guys are just working a certain pattern, but you're working the pattern in such a way that you're hitting the ball at about 95% of your potential power. The last 5% would be the ultimate slap shot over the fence, right? So you think that you're you think so you've dialed it in a little bit, but you're drilling this pattern, which you think, well, this is good. I'm drilling the pattern, but you're drilling it in such a way it's as if this ball that I'm going to hit is never going to come back. That's a habit that you are starting to build in practice, a bad habit,
right,
that you're going to take out there when the match counts. So, and I think the other thing too is sometimes we play sets against someone who's maybe, I think we've talked about this recently too, where you're playing someone who you're probably going to beat 9.5 out of 10 times, and you start to get sloppy with technique, or you start to get sloppy with whatever it is. And to me, it's like I used to do that. Now I get like a whoa, no. This is the start of building a lousy habit, right?
Right.
And so I think that players need to be really much more aware. What are you doing in practice drill sessions? What are you doing in even ball machine sessions? I mean, ball machine, come on, Jeff. Don't we see guys up there set the ball at a certain spot and just unload?
Right.
For like the next 17 minutes, I'm unloading on the forehand. And look at me unload.
And there's one aspect of it that is okay, because sometimes, it could be the routine at the end of the day. Rather than going to the local pub to have a couple pints to, get the edge off the day, that you want to go out there and just pound a few balls for 15 minutes or so. Hey, more power to you. That's great. If that helps you, align your chakras and make you feel better at the end of the day, then by all means, we want you doing that. We want you, getting rid of the day's tension. But then what's going on after that, right? What's really happening, in the terms of focus on the practice? I always kind of look at it, this way, that if you're on the court 3 days a week on the court, whether you're playing, mixing in a little bit of practice, mixing in a little bit of, cross-court ball and down the line ball, and just doing a little, I call it whoa! Hold on.
What was that?
I'm back.
Is that an earthquake in Michigan?
Yeah. Something like that. Yes, we're here. It's okay.
That was, guys, and by the way, if you're just listening to this in audio, you got to go check this thing out over at YouTube. I don't know what minute this is. Let's see where.
I got no idea.
Where are we? This is minute number. It'll be about minute number 8. 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
So what I was getting at before some apparition threw my computer off the stand here is 3 days a week, without getting specific in any form or fashion, is like maintenance work. That'll keep you familiar with the racket. It'll keep you in some basic timing. It'll keep you. But if we're looking to actually advance and get better, you're going to have to put in the extra time, and you're going to have to renegotiate what that time looks like. If we're actually looking to improve some aspect of our game, it's not just, I'm going to add a fourth day of playing a couple sets, the same fashion that I've been doing the other 3 sets. Okay, it might move the meter a little bit, but in terms of establishing, like you said, a new habit, good or bad, are we paying attention to that and establishing, something's off with my forehand. I'm going to get on the ball machine 2 more times this week for just small segments, just little sections. I'm going to hit maybe 15 minutes of forehands, not trying to crush every ball. No, but just I'm going to pay attention to what things feel like, and kind of work my way through that, and kind of go, and then where's the target? Okay, and how many of those balls, once I start to actually hit the ball where I want it to go and in the shape that I want, how many of those balls can I hit that feel familiar, that feel like the last one, that feel like the last one, that feel like the last one, not bound up in the mechanics of forcing it to try and make it feel like the last one, but actually. So anyway, I think,
well, let me quickly interrupt you, Jeff, and just say that what you just described is the right way to practice, is to find the feel that you want of a standard journeyman ball to whatever new habit you're trying to build. Too often and I'm guilty of this too, is I'll hit 7 or 8. Oh God, yes. Well, maybe, just maybe, I could take it up to another level.
Right.
And then you start spraying the ball all over the zip code.
Right.
So I just wanted to add that to what you were saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
About.
Well, the brains are really, the human brain is a really unique piece of equipment, as we've talked about in the past. But there's this weird trigger that we all seem to have, and that is, if I step up to serve and I just clock a dinger and I finish that serve and I go, God, I wasn't even trying. Watch this.
That's right.
The next move now is I am just a bundle of muscles and gripping tighter, and I'm really going to try on this one. And guaranteed, you hit the ball. It's like blunt force trauma. The racket isn't doing anything, and the ball just goes puff. And you lose a solid 20 miles an hour off the serve.
Right.
And you gotta go, oh, wait a second. How did I know? It's because you let the mechanics work for you rather than you working for the mechanics. Is a simple way to put it. But that little scenario happens, if you're just stroking forehands, yeah. You start to get a little cocky, and then next thing you know, God, I just hit 5 in the fence. Well, okay, you hit them far.
I got a practice partner here in the desert, and I love being in the court with this guy, and but he's got the same mindset from time to time, where he'll hit a nice shot, and then his mindset is, well, I can do better than that. And so it's like, and he can actually ding the serve, and like I'm playing doubles. I played some doubles with him a couple mornings ago, and I was playing against him, and he served my partner, hit a tough serve to my partner, and I just said, this one's going to be even bigger. And so then he serves to me, and sure enough, the thing must go, we're on court 2, it ends up over on court 17. The guy looks at me and goes, wow. How'd you know? I said, well, I just kind of know.
Right.
So to me, it's like, and I don't mean that with any disrespect. My friend's actually playing well right now, and I'm happy for him, because he's starting to kind of figure out how to dial it back down when that urge is to let's just take it up another level.
Yeah. Nobody's touching the ball.
Right.
Nobody's touching the ball.
Yeah, and if they are, it's because I've broken it.
Right.
So, well, that's good, Jeff. Listen, I know you're on a short time fuse today, so I appreciate you taking the time. Guys, look, we haven't mentioned it yet, I don't think, in this episode, but we're offering a private free 10-minute coaching call. Just the 3 of us, you, me, and Jeff, we get on the phone. You got to bring that one thing in your game right now that needs a tune-up, needs maybe a major little service job. And let's see if we can't set you on the right path to make that happen, so you start consistently getting the result that you want. The way to do that, if you're not already in our email list, go over to goldballhunting.com, put in your first name and email address, click the button, and a couple good things will happen. You'll get immediate access to our online calendar scheduler, where you can cherry pick a date and time that works best for you for our free 10-minute coaching call, private. Did I mention that? And we don't record it. So if anyone's thinking, God, these guys are going to record the call and then throw it out there no, just chill. But the other thing is, Jeff and I did a video back in January on how to reduce your skill level range. One day you play great, the next day not so much. Or one point you play great, and the next point maybe not so much.
Right.
So what we want to do is we want to get you that video. It's a private video, but it's going to help you understand what you need to go through. As we're talking about today, building some better habits so you can reduce your skill level range. So when you go out to play, whether it's singles and or doubles, that you are confident, you know how you're going to play on that day. It's a pretty good feeling. So, Jeff, with that said, what would we like to find folks to do right now?
Like us.
Yes.
Share us. Please subscribe.
Right.
Let us know what you think down below.
Whoa. Guys, get out there today. Wherever you are. Maybe it's tonight. Help someone else. Have a great day. Jeffrey, shall we? Yes. Let's do this again tomorrow.
Can't wait.